sturdy and so stout. When the day is done, when it's time for fun, we'll drink and sing and shout. You weak-livered milk drinkers can let your throats run dry, 'cause it's just one drink that we will sink until the day we die. Drinking mead in the halls of Whiterun, the maidens and the men. We swig our brew until we spew, then we fill our mugs again. You can keep your filthy skooma, it makes our bellies bleed. 'Cause when we raise our flag into another dead dragon, there is just one drink we need: Nordmead. Nordmead. Chug another mead and another mother mead, chug another mother mead till you fall down. Chug another mead and another mother mead, chug another mother mead, Maria. After the long hard days of hunting and of war, our throats are tired and thirsty and our bodies drenched in gore. But we won't waste our evenings feeling tired and feeling spent. We perk right up when we breathe in that wholesome honey scent. That's iridyllic brandy, too fruity for these tongues. You can keep your fancy Alto wine, it tastes like Horker dung. Balmora Blue tastes great to you, but here we like it plain. Just fill my mug with a mighty jug of honey, heart and grey. Drinking mead in the halls of Whiterun, the maidens and the men. We swig our brew until we spew, then we fill our mugs again. You can keep your filthy skooma, it makes our bellies bleed. 'Cause when we raise our flag into another dead dragon, there is just one drink we need: Nordmead.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to game number 1 between CM After Dark and BeatGen playing Gibbs. We have some bands. We have Tomb with Spider Queen and Braxis, Sky Temple, and Alterac being banned out. And we're headed to Volskaya. Let's go! Still looking amazing, because of course I am. We do have first band going to the side of CM After Dark because they did win the coin flip and they've decided they want to make sure that they don't have to ban Johanna. Because basically that's what first pick means, is that you don't have to ban Johanna. Friends will be going. Friends will be going. Dax? If you stick around before game 2, I will run and go put on a pair of actual boots. So I've got like 3 pairs at the top of the stairs. Hey, that rhymed. And yep, there we have the Johanna. Not saving for the second ban. Not going to like say, hey, maybe they'll ban it for us. Because of course they're not going to ban it for you. They're not stupid. That's like the respect. Like, just check Johanna out first because we know you guys aren't dumb. That shows respect for the other team. I like it. Great sportsmanship. I'll scratch my nose. Would you go ahead and get Leoric taken out of here? Just in case, you know, Geo comes by. Not fine, I feel bad. Da, 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 da. Well, too bad I gave your points back. And before game 2, I will still put on boots if you want to redeem it again. It is up to you. But we do go and have Stukov being the second ban out. No ban on Rhaegar. Stukov is increasingly becoming more scary than Rhaegar, just because he just absolutely destroys.
For the frozen throne.
But we still, yep, they would rather have Ice X would rather have the Ice Beetle than let someone have a Rhaegar. So Rhaegar actually falling pretty far in the priority queue. No patches have come out. Nothing actually changed. Also, I know I said this before, but check it out. No filter. This is all Raka. We do go and have Ulysses come out on Blaze and the Doctor. So basically we have the Ice Beetle against just a Inferno of Fire coming out with Kale, Thoth, and Blaze. Are we going to go ahead and see Ragnaros picked up as well? Ragnaros, Deathwing, and I guess Alex would be the full, Alright, we do have a Venus coming out with Li Ming. Oh, interesting double mage comp coming out of the side of Steam After Dark. Sorry, I started reading chat because I'm like the best caster in the world. We do go with that. They are picking both of their damage very early on. Now, the good news is one of the best counters to mage heavy stuff is a Nubarak. But still, high mobility heroes will do very, very, very well here. So I do have to wonder what they're going to do if they run into like a Tracer or a Zeratul or someone with like a lot of mobility, a lot of dive. Did you go ahead and get rid of the Brightwing? Not necessarily sure. I feel like Brightwing might be a little meek to be in this comp. It's also interesting they're banning out a healer when they themselves do not have not taken a healer yet. We do go to have the Antidote as well. Just is this going to be like both teams just hate healers? Like no healers in this game whatsoever? We have the Uther coming out from Line Mouse. We do go ahead and get the Snaganez. Is going to go ahead and get Imperious, which is an interesting choice. Imperious not great at double soaking. Does have a talent 7 that makes him better at it, but still not the best by any stretch of the imagination. Malthael way better at it. We're going to have a battle of the angels going on. And who will be your healer, or will you actually not have one? They do go ahead and go for the Lucio. So Lucio able to sound barrier to keep people up, able to deal with the fact that your team isn't as mobile with 2 mages, be able to make them move faster. Multiple very, very, very mobile, able to go around the battlefield quite a bit. Though very, very, very weak. If he actually gets locked down, he's just kind of dead. So Multiple that actually catches a spear from Imperius is probably not going to be long for this world. And we do go and have now the Uther is going to be the tank. Blaze is going to be the offlane. Interesting. Loved. No, we got a I don't know what's happening. The caster is broken, and it's amazing, but we'll go into the game in just a second. I'll put up the predictions. I'll let you bet, and we're going to find out what the... BeatGen got some spice going on, and I'm here for it.
Leonidas drops the stun and drops the full ult. Oh my goodness, look at the health bars. It's a quad kill.
Should find the kill. Lunara will clean up that fight. Oh my god, I can't believe it. It is going to be Soul Shield. You gotta be kidding me. And Raw to take the 3v1. Gets one. Looking for the second. Crispy is popping off.
It's like that Blizzard may connect with 4 people.
People, Lady Ronin! Oh my goodness, what a chat!
That was really good.
Alright, here we go. I continuously press the wrong buttons because I'm super good at my job. But coming in on the blue side of the battlefield, we do go to have CM After Dark. They are represented by Venus playing the Li Ming. Tiger on that Malthiel. We do have Death Punisher riding around on Lucio. Ice X coming in on the Ice Beetle, a Nubarak. And Sky Cake is going to be on Tassiface. They are your blue team, the Centurions of Calamity, CM After Dark. On the orange side of the battlefield, representing BeatGen, Blaine Gibbs, the benefactors of beification. We do have a Linehouse coming in on Uther. Snackiness is going to be on the Imperius. Ulysses on Blaze. We do have the Doctor playing the Kael'thas, and Wono going to be on the Kerosene. Look at our... Whoa, that is not what I wanted at all. No. Just kidding. Look at our talents at level 1. We do go ahead and have Tassadar, unlike the last series I cast, is going for a Kadarin Amulet. We are going to go ahead and get Wave of Light on that Uther, and Mana Addict coming out of Kael'thas. We do interestingly have Consuming Flames coming out of the Imperius, not the percent damage talent, so that actually looks like Blaze is going to be in the off lane. Blaze is the offlaner, Imperius going the main tank route. Alright, Doctor up here all by his lonesome. A little bit scary for Kael'thas to be out solo soaking a lane. Ice X is here, but obviously the rest of the team is not nearby. They are currently down here getting a camp. Skycake is going to go ahead and grab this. Camp on the other side being answered by BG. I've been around for too long, and I remember when they were just BG instead of BeatGen. They always stood for BeatGen, but it was BG for a lot of seasons, and so I'm just very, very, very tempted to call them BG, which is scary, because I'll end up calling the wrong name, and everyone will yell at me. Do go ahead and have Ulysses going and moving in against Tiger. I do think Malthiel wins this one. Like, very, very, very easy to teleport behind when Blaze goes first engage. Also, as Malthiel... It has better self-healing, though it is more mana-reliant. You go and have a bit of an invade, but a little bit late, was not actually able to get in there. Just turn around and... I love that as the thing is picked up and Ice X comes around the corner, it's like, oh, hello, didn't see you there. Also, my mouse is doing a really, really, really weird thing. If I put my mouse in the middle and I press the left arrow, it just like starts scrolling. It jumps to the top and scrolls over. If I go right, it goes back. If I press down, it goes down for a bit and then it just stops. I don't know what it's caught on. It's really weird. So if it does weird things throughout the game, I apologize. All right, we do have this camp cleaned up at the top. We do have a little bit of an experience advantage, but that should be equalized. As soon as Just Punisher and Sky Kick go in and pick up this paper airplane camp, going to send it flailing across the top of the map. But while they do this, it does look like we're going to have BeatGen move in and actually go ahead and start taking out the healing camp. Although they don't finish it before the rest of the team re-engages. Malthael's on the way up, going to look to have a big fight. Icex very, very low, has to back out of that battle. And it does look like BeatGen is going to pick this up. Gibbs is not to blame as they get the healing camp. With that being said, we do go ahead and have Wono and Kael'thas up at the top of the map. A little bit of a pressure coming in the middle as they go ahead and push through this. Very, very even experience. Slight advantage on the side of Blame Gibbs. Should I call them BeatGen or Blame Gibbs? I go back and forth. Alright, nice spear comes out. Oh, that's just a dead Lucio? That looks really weird. What happened? Like, it almost looked like the Imperius, like, speared twice in a row. Can I look that again? You can experience slight advantage on the side of Blame Gibbs. Should I call them BeatGen or Blame Gibbs? I go back and forth. Alright, nice spear comes out. Oh, that's just a dead Lucio. It was gravity laps. That makes sense. Now we're back to the real fight. Tiger goes ahead, gets super, super, super low, not going to get out of there. Malthael goes down. That is the problem with a Malthael. They do go ahead and dump both their turrets, but it does look like the orange turret will be, like, standing. We do go and get up to 89%. There's another. This Imperius is doing a lot of work. He's catching a lot of people. The Imperius and Kael'thas combo is doing extremely, extremely, extremely well. We do have the Volskaya Protector. Both Uther and Kael'thas getting in there. Obviously, they still have healing in the form of Kerosene. They are going with the old school strats and just moving up here. Obviously cannot snipe the well anymore because that is no longer a thing. A lot of damage come off. A big old laser beam. I do like the like change up in the strategy. Use the laser beam across the entire front wall because there's no reason to try and use it on anything else. I still people not really respecting it. We do get the wall as well. One tower still up. Wono tries to punch the tower in the face. There is... Oh, we actually have Divine Storm coming out of the Uther. There we have the Pyroblast committed. Not actually necessary. Icex on the wrong side of this battlefield is going to go ahead and catch a big old spear. We have CM After Dark giving up 4 kills so far to the side of BeatGen Blame Gibbs. Go ahead and have all of that getting cleaned up nice and quickly. There is a test our wall in order to be like, get out of here. Don't attack our stuff. It's rude. Meanwhile, we do have the healing camp once again being picked up by BeatGen. Ulysses down at the bottom lane. Fighting out against Tiger. Level 10 to level 11. Looking at our talents, we do have Disintegrate, Archon, High Five, Cocoon, and Last Rites. Going up against 7-Sided Strike, Divine Storm, Pyroblast, Bunker Drop, and Angelic Armament. We do go and get the paper aircraft camp picked up on the side of BeatGen. On the other side, we do go and have Icex leading the charge, moving into the middle. But here's the thing that is a Nubrak. A Nubrak does now have Cocoon. You can go ahead and just take Imperius out of the fight, which is going to be Curtains. A lot of very, very weak heroes without a big, strong Angel to hide behind. But hiding nothing, we do go ahead and have Snaganez moving forward. Icex extremely low, but you know who's even lower? Uther. As Uther goes down, there is the laser beam from Leaving, trying to take out the Doctor, but will not quite do so. Doctor moves back in, does get blocked off. Yeah, that was a bad idea. Kael'thas are made of paper, and you know what kills paper? Apparently plasma does. That was a trick question. A lot of things kill paper. This is not rock, paper, scissors. This is the real world, and it's time you learn that paper has to watch out all the time. These are the rough lessons, and CM After Dark is giving the rough lessons. We do go ahead and have Skycake and Death Punisher go ahead and bring up a turret. Other turret will be up in a minute and 50 seconds. Looking at our toys real quick, we have a turret. And that's it. One turret on the side of BeatGen. Turret. Don't have anything. Looks like one turret apiece on either side. Now we're moving up towards the control point. Control point will unlock in about 15 seconds. Neither team currently occupying it. We do have a bit of a engagement here in the middle. There's a Tassar wall saying, get the heck out of here. I think they were actually trying to isolate this Kael'thas, but we're a little bit of smidge late. They do go ahead and drop the healing camp, even though there's no fight going on. That's not the healing camp. I was like, I think it even had a healing beacon, and no, that was just the Lucio. That's filthy lesson. We have Wono being cocooned. Best bondage in hot as we go at things everywhere. Malthael gets taken out. Kael'thas goes ahead and burns away. Skycake does go ahead and get picked up on the mighty spear of Snagganus. Wono moving forward. Go ahead and try and drive this off. It is 5 versus 4 in favor of BeatGen, but all of them have about a half health at the moment. However, they've got a well nearby, so that's not going to be the case for very long. You're going to have Snagganus move in. Skycake is a body block trying to get out of here. Will not be going anywhere. We'll get an express pass back to the Nexus. We do have a Nubrak taking them with you. It was a combo meal. And we do go ahead and have BeatGen blame Gibbs occupying the point, ready to get themselves a second protector. Meanwhile, they do move down here, go ahead and pick up that healing camp. Yeah, going from Div E to Div A is wild, I gotta tell you. Up to about 50% as we do go ahead and have everyone respawning. They are running up here. Lucio is with them, but that doesn't actually help anything because Lucio does not affect mounted speed. And surprisingly, they're not contesting. They have time. Oh, they're down 16s. Okay, that makes sense. They just go out and say, we need to go ahead and slurp up some of that delicious experience. You guys can have our protector. We're going to take all of this. Get yourselves nice and caught up. Yeah, that happened a while ago, Miss False Gaia Lady. But I appreciate it. You do have Malthael. Now keep in mind, Malthael is doing 8% damage every time, every time they connect, it refreshes the 8-second countdown. But we also do have a big engage here. It is 3 versus 2 at this point, but Skycake not really able to stay in this fight. There's a big old laser beam coming through. Ulysses looking very not well off.
Red team has destroyed the fort.
Linehouse goes ahead and uses up the bot, but they are after the doctor. The opponent goes forward, but Unstoppable is dropped. Make sure nothing happens. Linehouse very low. There is, but not going to actually get the Uther down. Never gonna get Uther down. We are still at 0 stacks of Last Rites. Has not actually been able to get a kill with it. But level 16 talents are online for the side of CM After Dark. They are able to re-engage, and we do have them moving down the map right now. There's a Blaze. It's a little bit overextended, but the Blaze sees them coming. They saw it coming. He saw him coming. You won't be ganking me tonight. Alright, Wono currently being the target. Does go ahead and get stunned by the Anubarak, but nice teleport managed to stay out there. But there we have Malthael. Malthael goes with the great body box. Linehouse very low. Unstoppable does come out, but there's a Pyro Blast. Hey, you can't get a kill with your ult, but guess what, buddy? There is a big ol' orb going ahead and flying back, but narrowly avoided by Ulysses. Wono goes ahead and just punches a turret to death. Legit, I actually think that Karazim may be Wreck-It Ralph in disguise, because he just, like, walks up to buildings like, I'm gonna wreck it, and just punches them down. You have Wono over here, being like, hey, you look like a building, Mr. Technician guy. Technician guy's like, I'm not that fat, what the heck, that's mean. We do go ahead and have them moving through. It does look like this camp is up in 52 seconds. They are waiting for rotation, though we're going to be waiting a while for anyone to come to this camp.
I'm starting up an access terminal.
Tiger in the middle. We have about a level and a half advantage right now for the side of BeatGen. Blaine and Gibbs have an advantage. They have even more of an advantage as Lucio bites the dust. We do go ahead and have Tiger looking to go ahead and get this kill, but again, just slightly over feeling like how much damage will be done. And once again, the last right is committed, but does not get a kill.
Power routed to the terminal. Control it and you can pilot the protector.
Protector is available to be channeled. And once again, unfortunately, we're in a situation where CM can't really engage. Not only are they down their Lucio, but they're down 2 levels. Do you think these guys know they're on the wrong spot to get the Protector? They're just like riding back and forth here for a while.
Blue team has destroyed the fort.
And we do go ahead and have Seam After Dark move up to the top. Go ahead and take down the top fort. It doesn't really balance the map because the bottom and top fort are down for them. But hey, it's better than nothing. Does give them that residual growing experience. But they are still down a level and a half. And more importantly, they're down level 20 tiers. Their opponents do have Storm Shield, Divine Hurricane, Flamethrower, Fortified Bunker, and Impervious. Here's another Pyroblast. Poor. That's just like insult to injury. Linehouse very low, but going to be able to walk on out of there. So that goes and catches that, but I don't. Gleaming does have Zai's Vengeance. Question for all of you lore people in chat, 'cause I don't actually know. Who is Zai? And why is Zai so mad?
Blue team has taken control of our protector.
No, that is red team. Oh, the announcers are really dumb. This is why you have casters, because the announcers just completely like lie to you. Alright, they are moving in. They go and try and take the first keep of the game, and it looks like they will be able to. Big engage coming in. Tiger is in the back line, but goes in and gets 7-sided struck. Nice, and Unstoppable comes out in order to help Imperious go ahead and not be in the middle of a whole bunch of damage. Here's everyone else going ahead and moving through. They are using Lucio in order to not actually move any faster. We still have about 30% health on this Protector. Pyroblast is up, although at level 20, what did we see? We did see no one can stop death.
The protector is overloaded. My team will begin repair.
Alright, we do go ahead and have a nice laser beam coming across. They are fighting over this point. Tiger takes a little bit of damage, does go to move back. But down below, we do have Uther being the first one taken out. There is a Cocoon onto the Blaze, so this is 4v4 for the time being. But there goes Blaze is in the bunker, but not going anywhere. We do go ahead and finally have a stack of Last Rites. Oh, I actually think Blaze thought the Last Rites wasn't on him anymore. But as soon as he popped out, there it is. Lucio goes down. Tiger looking like they're going to go down in just a second. It is 2v2 at the moment. There's a double stun from Ice X. Big fight going across. Skykick going ahead and shooting laser beams everywhere. Meanwhile, there is catapult pressure at the core, but I can't leave this fight right now. These teams do not know when to quit. They do not want to leave past go. They do not want to leave anything behind. Snackiness wants to go ahead and put a Protoss on a spike. A little bit of a late return there. Alright, we do go and have the healing camp being picked up by CM After Dark, I think for maybe the first time. They never really fought over it, but I don't think that CM has ever won the fight. And with that being said, we do go ahead and have turrets once again being picked up. We currently do, in terms of the toy count, we have a turret, and that's it on the side of BeatGen. I'll check in a second. Weena's getting a little bit picked on. There's a spear coming out in just a second. I can feel it. Nope, never mind. We actually have the, there's the spear. I knew it was coming. We have Li Ming and Lucio. The L's have it because the L's are coming because there might be a loss in their near future with 2 people down and the core exposed. Wono jumps in there, says, I'm going to punch you to death. There's Snakas goes in for another big old spin. The Ice X was unstoppable. Spear just goes through, and Ice X glances down and says, what exactly are you trying to do? But we do go ahead and have a lot of damage coming through. Ulysses is pummeling the shields of this. It is 5 versus 4. A lot of damage coming down. I don't know if I can actually do this. We do go have Kael'thas in the cocoon. Does get liberated real quick, but it does look like we've got BeatGen on a full retreat. There's a big old engage coming from Uther. We do go and have the Anubrak taken down. Doctor looking like they're going to go down. A big old triple kill coming out on the side of BG. It does end up being only Tastar left, but Li Ming and Lucio are just about to come back. The L's return as the L is avoided. I will mention they did not actually get through shields, so the core did not take any real damage. For those that don't know, the shields will give the core up to 50% of its max hit points. So if the core is at 100, the shields will get it up to 150. If the core is at 10, the shields will get it up to 60. Do currently have CM After Dark occupying the point, but the triple kill happened all at the same time, and Maltfield still isn't back yet. Not because he died more recently, but because No One to Stop Death has a you're dead for a little bit longer tax on it when you use it. It is interesting. Uther took a Divine Hurricane, did not take Redemption, so Uther cannot come back after death, but Maltfield can. I've definitely seen teams run like Maltfield, Uther, and Diablo, where it's just like basically it's after if you team wipe them, then you still have a 3 versus whatever. Big ol' 7-sided strike. I like this combo, but I. Yeah, we're gonna watch that one more time in just a second. Good lord. That was just, like, I liked the combo. They got a lot of value done, and then all of a sudden just everyone was dead. I'm not as good as I think it was Osmantheus, which no, it was I forget which character it was, but it's just like everybody's dead. It was great. Let's look at that one more time. I apparently failed to press the button and it didn't actually save the replay. I apologize. There is Venus coming through, and did Venus take glass cannon? Against a Kael'thas, Li Ming took Venus. Venus, you and I are having a discussion. If I get to talk to you in the interview, you will hear about this. Mark my words. But it does look like that's unlikely as of right now because we do have a full health protector barreling down the bottom lane, deciding to go straight in. Thing is, though, it is basically 4v3. Venus is dead, but the protector can only fight so much. Protector is abandoned as they get out to do the team fight. This is the thing about Volskaya, is that late game the Protector is in some ways almost an impairment. Because they can't actually really fight because the Protector is not as good as two heroes. So even though they actually had an advantage, they couldn't do anything with it. Meanwhile, up at the upper corner of the map, we have one of my favorite bugs and hots, where you had a camp that was picked up, and then, like, if it gets killed, and no one is nearby, then whatever part of the path was in the, like, shadow, at the point it was killed, just never actually clears away. I don't think it happens if it's killed by a person. We go ahead and have the paper airplane pad picked up, and we do go ahead and get everything kind of moving through again. Linehouse taking a lot of damage, does use Divine Storm. Is going to use that, but oh my god, there is the... is that 11 side strike at this point? It is not? Alright, with 3 people down, and, nope, Malthael returns again. I was about to ask if Malthael had the extended death timer, but he does not. And they're actually choosing to go through another fort, or another keep. They're not just going straight for core. Core is under attack. Shields are down to about 20%. Thing Hand just came out. Wono really wants to punch this fort, but not going to get to it. And once again, we do have BeatGen having to beat a hasty retreat, sorry. Hello, Kratz. 2 turrets currently on the side of BeatGen. I doubt any toys on the side of CM. Nope. But they're trying to remedy that right about now. Alright, we do have the paper airplane camp over here. Looks like another chance for a team fight. I do almost wonder, because it does feel like there's a very good engagement between Imperius and Karazim. I feel like CM needs to actually be the aggressor in order to shut that down. and they're looking for an opening, but they don't quite have it, and they do have to go back as their core is once again taking damage. But shields stay strong. Alright. No one tell the teams, but it looks like they're going to be hiding in the bushes for right now.
Take control of it.
So we do go ahead and have, at the bottom of the map, we have CM After Dark, kind of shirking around, looking for something. They're a little bit split, though. We do have Molecule all the way over here. So that split could be a problem, although not really, because they have Linehouse sitting up here. He is moving down to the engage as a team fight seems imminent. Wono catches a big old orb to his face. Alright, we do go ahead and have everyone kind of moving on up, moving on through. Sorry for the little bit of a lapse in commentary. I started dropping frames, I got concerned, I got distracted. We do have Snaggatus looking for this. Tiger's a little bit out of position, but this is not where the engage is. I was in the wrong place. A new Brock gets taken down. That's the thing. It looked like they were trying to pin Tiger, but no. We do have yeah, the Uther goes down, but that is 3 kills. But Malthil once again has come back, so it's actually 4 versus 3. They have such a hard time really engaging, but Skycake goes down as well. This might be enough. It is just Venus and Tiger right now. Middle is open, and we have a lot of pressure coming in from catapults. I think this may actually finally be the end of the game. BG has been on the edge of winning over and over and over again. Definitely not coming out in this time. GG is called by Linehouse. Do agree. Tiger also echoes it. And yep, a 30-minute protector does about that to a core. So BG with a really interesting comp that I was not expecting. That's what happens when you cast a division, is that they're not bound by the meta, they're defining it. So we do go ahead and get at the end of the game in terms of healing. We do have Wono lead. That's actually really impressive. Wono leading the way in healing numbers despite also having an Uther healing at the same time. So, yeah, everyone can heal on the side of BeatGen except for Kel'Thas. Lucio does come in with 73,000, very respectable amount. In terms of damage, though, this is a difference. We have the top 3 damage positions all held by CM After Dark. Despite losing, they were dump trucking damage. They just could not compete with the sheer amount of healing coming out from their opponents. And then that ever-important soak, we do have Ulysses just leading the way. Soaking more than twice, or not twice much, soaking like 33% more than Skycave. In terms of talents, here they are. Copy them, use them, love them, maintain them, and I will see you guys in game number 2.
As the rain, it sways in the old monsoon, and the pain, it preys on an open wound. It's cold, it's cold, it's cold.
distant line, a blot in my father's gaze. No cheekbones chiseled on a feline face, no skill or savvy with the sword. But this game we all play is won in wily ways, and sly is this littlest lord. Cruel tricks of romance, degraded by their spite. You snub your cup too many times, you just might feel his bite. Beware, beware of the words I twist. I am small, but my reach is long, and the ravens black against the winter's mist are whispering the half-man's song. They're whispering the half-man's song. The land is a blooming orchard, with fruit so juicy and ripe. With a clink of a coin, loose the lion's loin, play a tune on the half-man's pipe. In the arms of a whore I made a promise, sinking deeper into danger every day. Cut through all their shit with a brazen wit, molding puppets from their minds of clay. I'm no man of honor, myself is my true king.
Welcome to game number 2. We are on Towers of Doom. It does look like, I actually forgot to look at this, so first pick is going to be on the side of... Okay, players get in here. Okay, first pick is on the side of Steam After Dark, which does mean that BeatGen chose this map. That's a bold move, because we all know we go to Towers of Doom for the last match of the series. It is the series closer, so that just means BeatGen is like, yeah, this is the last map. We're not going to a game 3. Come at us. Junkrat is going to be taken out. Kind of like on Alterac, Junkrat can just stall for days. Very, very virally annoying to play against. There's the Johanna once again. Respect coming from BeatGen. Like, we know you're not going to, like, not ban Joe, so there we go. Not ban Joe, so there we go. Not ban Joe, so there. Don't ask me. Like, I'm pretty sure when I get to this point in the night, when I've casted this much and just run around and done this much stuff all day, my brain is just gone. You know that filter that people have where they're just like, this sounds really stupid, I shouldn't say this? I don't have that. It just whoops. So we do go and have Uther. The Respect band coming out for the Uther says, yeah, that was not fun. I love how much of a tank joke we had or a healer joke we had last game, and the first healer band out this time around is Uther. That's great. That makes me super plus happy. All right, and we do the Malthiel. I didn't feel like the Malthiel was that impactful, but obviously BeatGen disagrees. Or they have a comp that Malthiel would be especially punishing into. Granted, this is Towers of Doom, so Malthiel is one of the fastest double soakers on the map, him and Zool. I think he's a little bit faster than Zool, but Zool, of course, gets more pressure done because of the, like, skeletons. I will show you a monster. Hot's pickup or Hot's selection quote that could be pickup lines for 1,000. We do go ahead and have a Linehouse. Well, Linehouse's team coming out just next. I'm not actually sure who the captain is, to be fair. Snack does take Unuak first and foremost, and Ulysses is going to be the Dahaka. Now, Dahaka is an interesting pick on this map because Dahaka can double soak, but usually not like level 7 or so. You need to get up to about level 3 on the race car build before you can effectively get between the lanes quick enough to not miss any soak. So picking Dahaka will mean that they're going to struggle a little bit into the early game. Though granted, Dahaka does do very well until Leoric, and with Malthael gone, I was going to say Leoric's another good Soaker. They have to go somewhere else, and they do go for the Sonya. Alright, Tychus also coming out. Tychus a good bit of punishment into Snag when Snag tries to engage. If Snag gets it all forward, Tychus can just turn on the minigun. And Anubis has a hard time getting out if they didn't, like, if they use the burrow charge to engage. We do go ahead and take out the ETC, not wanting the equivalent of a Divine Storm from the opponents. Alright. Give the Brightwing pick up right quick. Brightwing, night time. And by pick up, I mean ban out. I don't know why I keep doing that. I see the hero come up in the middle of the screen. I'm like, okay, this hero is picked. And then I'm like, that's a ban? That's the, I do almost wish they would like grade out. So you had like a monochrome Brightwing coming in. Maybe a sepia Brightwing. I'm a big fan of sepia tone. So Doctor come out with Sylvanas. Will be able to push into towers very, very, very easily. And be able to control the bottom lane if they can just get that pesky enemy team away. Lucio actually being picked. That's interesting. Because we haven't had a ban on Rhaegar. We haven't had Anduin, but they still go for the Lucio. There's not that many stuns on the side of their opponents just yet. Alright, so we do have Deathwing. I assume this will be a 4-man Deathwing, but it could be a offlane Deathwing, and then Sonya joins the 4-man. And our last pick is going to be, you still need a second DPS. And they do go for Greymane. They go for one heck of a DPS. Greymane has, I think, one of the highest DPS outputs in the game. Like, obviously, Tychus does whenever he presses D, but just in general. But there are our teams. Let me get your predictions up. Let me go and get into the game, and don't go anywhere. Alright, here we go into game number 2 between CM After Dark and BeatGen Blaine Gibbs. We do go ahead and have Tiger playing the Sonya, Icex is going to be on Diablo, Skycake on the Sky Dragon, Venus playing the Tychus, and Death Punisher will be riding around on that Stukov on the little toy train mount. Does not have to worry about accidentally getting Leoric to hook up behind him, because that's illegal, don't you know? On the other side of the battlefield, we do have Wono coming out on Greymane. We do have Ulysses on Dahaka. Doctor coming out on Sylvanas. We do have Snaganus playing the Anubarak and Linehouse on the Lucio.
What are you waiting for?
Alright, Deathwing is bellowing up from the sky. Is able to land at any point. They're not really giving away. There comes Deathwing. Takes a good bit of peppering, but does go ahead and get back. Looking at our level 1 talents, no real questing talents picked up other than the auto ones from like Diablo. A lot of damage coming out. Linehouse is in a lot of trouble. Lucio being picked on a little bit. Does go and get silenced, but will actually get out of there. Linehouse goes back and taps. Does have to stay close to Lucio for a while, but I think he'll be able to do it. There's a big engage. Venus looking very, very low. Is Venus going to get out there? The answer is no. Linehouse comes back with a vengeance. Wono is the next target. Is trying to get out of here on that gray main. We do go and have Doctor running back and forth. Meanwhile, Dahaka and Sonya are being the offlaners, running back and forth and back. Wait. Okay, there's Dahaka just took a while to pick up enhanced agility. I was like, surely Dahaka did not go the non-quest? There's a big old stun coming out of Snackanas. I still love that name so much. Linehouse goes ahead and does a little bouncy bounce. Nice stun coming out of Deathwing. Ice X kind of gets peppered just a little bit. More fire comes out of Skycake as we go ahead and try to invade. A lot of aggression onto Skycake, onto Ice X right now. Winus moves forward. Snackanas is down to about 30% health. They're looking for an engage. There's a big old stun coming through. Does catch the Doctor, but there's no follow-up. Doctor's not who they really want. Wono goes in and catches some flames to the face. Alright, we do go and have a big old silence coming down on Ice X right as my mouse freaks out. My mouse didn't want to see that. It was like, oh, the humanity. Ice X goes in and steps back. We do have Linehouse on Lucio. And Jinxie, you're too late. Actually, no, Linehouse did not actually die. Linehouse tried to die in the first 2 minutes, but did actually survive because of Lucio cheats. Death Punisher goes ahead and gets bottom. It does look like the gentleman's agreement up top is observed. Boop. Boop. We do get Ice X. Ice X in a lot of trouble. I don't know that Diablo can get out of this. We do have Snaggas trying to make sure that doesn't happen. Where did Diablo go? Diablo just like stopped existing? So we do have 3 kills on the side of BeatGen Blaine Gibbs. Everyone's moving up right now. Wono has a lot of damage. Needs to be a little bit careful. Is running very, very deep in there. Tiger is fearsome. Tiger is scary. Tiger is a character that says bar a lot. So we do go ahead and have Sonya up at the top of the map. Right now, both teams are picking up their sapper camps at the bottom. We're going to go ahead and try and, as always, establish dominance over that bottom lane. Because the bottom lane is the lane that victory comes from.
Realtors are rising heroes. Do get ready.
Single ultra phase in the middle. Going to go ahead and cause a big fight over it. Right now, we do have a slight core advantage on the side of CM After Dark. You know what? It doesn't matter who gets the first shots. It matters who gets the last ones. There's Venus goes ahead and yells out. Yells loudly. Skycake throws flames through the middle of the battlefield. Sonya is on her way down. That giggling does mean that we are up with the Headless Horseman. Now, Tiger has gotten here for the fight. Dahaka is a little bit behind. Linehouse very low. Trying to run out of there real quick. Does go ahead and get toasted on the roasted. And Ice X starts challenging. Ulysses is coming in. Just barely interrupts that. Ice X is mad. Ice X puts you into the silent sun. Essence is consumed in order to make sure he doesn't die. The Doctor's very low, but Venus actually goes down. Sylvanas being traded out for 1-for-1. We do have Ice X moving forward, trying to go ahead and get this taken care of. There's a stun landing onto Linehouse. Linehouse going to once again skimp around her way. There's not one Jeezy Cat yelling at him. All right, we do go and have Sonya. Sonya just free pushing middle right now. Tahaka is up top. Did have another 4 shots go across while all that was going on. Tiger might be in a bit of trouble here. Does go ahead and use Leap in order to get out. Do go and have a big rotation coming down at the bottom of the map. Oh, Death Punisher right in the middle of a... There is Diablo going ahead and gets Cocoon. Not going to be out, but Deathwing going to go in and get them out. Weenus very, very low, but Ulysses is there in order to make sure that you're not going anywhere. Skycake goes in and takes to the sky, tries to get out of here, will actually escape, but not so much for Lucio. Rocket never stops casting. That's not actually true. I'm down to about 2 nights a week because life got busy. We do go ahead and have the team rotating up, going to go ahead and invade their opponent's Sapper camps. Their opponents are back. This could be counter-invaded. They are up a level, but not up a talent tier. Isaac does scout this, and as soon as they see Isaac come around the corner, they're like, yeah, this is not a good engagement. Tiger is here. It's a good thing they didn't stay. They would have definitely been at a disadvantage for this. And there comes the invade. Tiger goes ahead and leaps into the back line. Doctor goes ahead and gets a lot of damage. Going to go ahead and move the other way. Does go ahead and get tickled by fire from Deathwing. Tiger very, very low. Here comes Ulysses from the backside. Successful invade on the side of CM After Dark. We do have Tychus being taken out. Skycake trying to get out of here. Ulysses is very, very upset with this dragon. Says, I am the greatest dragon. Oh, Skycake? I'm not sure, my friend. And we do have Snack going ahead and getting this channeled real quick. Sylvanas is back and coming to the fight. There come 4 shots ringing across the battlefield. A lot of experience being gobbled up on the side of Blame Gibbs. They are at level 13 and have a talent share advantage. Looking at our ults, we did have Leap already, but we have Lightning Breath, Bellowing Roar, Draken Laser Drill, Flailing Swipe. On the other side, we do have High Five, Cocoon, Cursed Bullet, Wailing Arrow, and Isolation. Malkir, I'll have to wait until after the cast to get that done. That actually takes a second. And I do need to clarify, do you mean in your next game or in real life? So granted, that's hard to do with a single card. Alright, a lot of damage coming through. We have a Skycake ending up in the middle of everything. All right. So we do have both teams going back and forth. Ulysses goes ahead and like stops Tiger, says no, stay out of there. My team's doing a good thing. Doctor comes up, goes ahead and puts some pressure on Tiger. There's a big old licky tongue. Says this Sonya tastes great. That's probably a complete lie. That Sonya probably tastes terrible. But Ulysses is a little bit isolated, not in a great place. Wiz goes through, goes ahead and starts committing a lot of Gatling gun, bam, bam, bam. But here comes Doctor from the other side. Doctor goes ahead and takes out Sonya. Tychus goes down. We do go ahead and have Seam After Dark getting pulverized. Linehouse very, very, very low and does get taken out by Diablo. Lightning Breath comes down and just flambees the songster. Right, a ballad about that, Lucio. We do go to have Ice X being the next one targeted down. Does go ahead and get caught in the lick. Pulls back and just kind of just sit here for a second. Diablo goes down, does lose their souls. Will come back almost immediately with 25. All right, well, Malkir, the other question I have for you, just in case you're not actively paying attention when I do the reading, I need a number between 1 and 100, and I need you to mentally flip a coin and tell me if it comes up heads or tails. Do go ahead and have everyone is back up at this point. The full four-man is now down here. I was like, I can't really say the full four-man because Sky Kick is in the, well, sky. Looks like there's a bit of a tussle going on against Tiger. And yep, Tiger does get taken out as Lucio goes in to join and make sure that you're not going anywhere. Here's Dahaka does have the quest complete. Oh, and I'm in the wrong part of the battlefield. A lot of damage. Skycake looking none too good for wear. Does go ahead and fly over here, but I don't know. Yep, we'll get out there. But the fort is converted, and we do go ahead and have a BG-themed restaurant opening up at the top of this grave tower. Because if you didn't know, up at the top, the Gravekeeper's little, like, skull and scythe guy is taking over.
Has fallen.
As opposed to the Raven Lord has a little raven up there. Second one, they are actually one of being 6 cap. We do have Ulysses coming up here trying to get this channeled. Actually, Skycake was just like a pixel away from being able to get that done. But there are 5 shots, and here comes Wono. And go with another 5 shot, actually 6. I can do math. A single 6 shot remains. They do go ahead and move up here in order to take the boss. Getting them their opponents down to 2 health. Big old giggles come out. And they're going to move out. Now, I don't think they can take this in time to get the shots. Opponents are right there, and we'll go ahead and knock it down. But when they take it, they can threaten core with this sapper camp. And that's exactly what they're doing. They're going to run over there, take this. Now, they only need 2 of these sappers to win the game.
Destroyed a fort.
Alright, there is Skycake. Skycake goes ahead and flies across the battlefield, leaves a lot of danger in their way. There is the Flaming Swipe. Just keep these things away. Uses Dragon Breath in order to make the sappers walk straight into the fire. But here's a lot of damage coming in, and Venus goes down. Venus gets pulverized. But all the sappers did indeed die. However, that may not matter as it's a double camp, and they need to make sure to capture both of these. But they've lost Deathwing, they've lost Venus. They are moving across, making up a flanking position across from the far one. Only Diablo, Sonya, and Stukov are alive, trying to get this taken care of. GG is called by Tiger. They're like, we can't. And indeed, they're definitely not going to be able to stop this. There comes the shots. And with a 2-game domination, we do have BeatGen, Blaine, Gibbs being the victors of this set. Let me go ahead and see if I can get you guys a interview in just a second. All right, and while we wait to see if I am joined by anyone, let me go ahead and get over some of the statistics. So, looking at the end of game number 2, in terms of healing, pretty even, pretty low healing numbers because it was a relatively short game. Linehouse does come out with 47,000 healing. Death Punisher at 34. On the other side of the battlefield, and this is why you can never just directly compare, because depending on where the damage comes from. We do go ahead and have Sylvanas leading the way, doing 61,000 damage. Wono at 48,000, and then Skycake coming in with 35. In terms of that ever-important soak, we do get 21,000 coming out of Ulysses, and 16,000 coming out of Taiga. Trying to, they said they're deciding. I don't know if that means they're deciding if they're going to do an interview or deciding who will go to the interview. But you know what? You're never required to do one. It's fine if you don't want to. Looking at talents, here we go. We only got to level 20 on one side, so this is the only on the side of BG. Do you actually get this done? And we are joined by Emperor Mousekatine or Linehouse. Also Jinxie, hello.
Hi.
Howdy.
First of all, congratulations. Kind of a gimme question to start us out. How are you feeling?
I'm always feeling
Being the
good.
support animal of the team, I would like to say that I think that they're feeling pretty positive right now.
Thanks.
A little bit of
Thanks,
negativity when
bestie.
they died, because when they were dying, we were thinking no. When we were winning, we were thinking yes.
And we had our panda with us the entire time.
Sorry, I got rated right in the middle of that, so I missed half the answer, but I'm sure it was great.
It was fantastic. His best answer ever.
I'll have to go back and watch the VOD and be like, oh, I'm terrible. How dare you rate me in the middle of an answer response? Bankai!
What a bastard.
Terrible.
The absolute nerve
Just be
sending
sad on
viewers
both
this way.
sides.
I know. So, I do have to say, looking back at game number 1, that was the one on Volskaya. Volskaya is a map we haven't really seen a whole lot. A lot of teams are banning it because you don't get a lot of practice on Storm League. Are you guys, were you guys okay there? I believe you had first pick, so your opponents were the ones to pick the map. But I have a feeling you guys have been around long enough that you don't actually care.
We picked the map.
Well, never mind. Did you go there because you've been around long enough that you actually are like, we know how to play this map? Although, it's weird how the Moonwells don't die.
Dude, that's annoying, right? That takes away that strat. I realized that the first time I got in the Protector, by the way, I was like, oh wait, we can't go for the well.
Oh, I forgot that change was made. It's been 100 years since I've actually opened the game.
Exactly.
It was funny. Also, Bankai says congratulations to Jinx. For those that don't know, Jinx is actually married now, I believe.
Yeah, I got a stinky husband now.
Upgraded from stinky boyfriend to stinky husband. Less letters.
Husbands are the worst. Can confirm.
Yeah, no, the team seem to be doing really great on Volskaya. I've been told by other teams, I did captain the team last year, that it was borderline hate crimes the way that we picked the maps nobody likes. So, you know, when they're left over open, you just have to grab them. We'll definitely take you to Braxis or Volskaya or Alterac, no fear.
I mean, then I will cast you more often because I love Braxis to death. By the way, for anyone that does not know, Braxis is a viable map in Storm League. It was not last season. Guess who made that change? It was actually Storm League players. It wasn't me.
I was gonna say Microsoft.
Microsoft to take over the... Yeah, true.
Yeah. Microsoft's like, the only way we'll buy this failing company is if you put Braxis back in the Storm League pool.
If I was actually Microsoft, I would do that when I'm doing acquisitions. I just put like a random. It's sort of like whenever you have a band and they're just like, okay, we're going to perform at this venue. We want a bowl of M&Ms, but take all the brown ones out. Just put random requirements to your acquisition. I don't know where I'm going with that.
Joke, but I feel like not gonna touch that one.
Fair enough. I'm sorry, I'm completely out of it. But I'm trying to remember what happened on Volskaya. Volskaya, you guys had a really, really interesting strategy that I haven't seen in a while. Because I completely thought that you were like, okay, they're going for an Uther healer. That's going to be a very heavy engage, a little bit dangerous, not a lot of. And then you have a second. Then you have like an offlaner and a tank and a second healer. Is that something you run off it? I just do not scout the teams I'm casting because I'm super pro, or.
Oh no, Wolf Wono is a DPS player.
Yeah. No, we have Snag on our team, and that means we just killed him.
And you certainly did. I felt really kind of bad for them because it was just they had a very, very good engage comp as well, but they could just never seem to get an engage. It was like you guys would just you guys almost played like a ninja where you would fade into the shadows unless you were attacking them.
I mean, they did murder me quite a bit, to be fair.
5 whole deaths. I only
Yeah,
got 1 tag.
Well, that was game 1. I was dying too often. To be fair, I was I just deleted. But I also was able to get off my stun, luckily, so I think that did help a little bit. But their comp was still pretty effective for what we were trying to do at the end of the day.
Oh yeah, they had a very, very well executed combo, and then very, very often it was so funny because I would see you guys on one side of you guys would meet and you'd form like a line, and you guys would be comboing one side of the line and they'd be comboing the other side, and then all of a sudden I'd just be like, I can't keep up with who's dying.
Red Rover of Death.
Yeah.
Moving over to towers.
Some of those were bloodbaths.
Oh, they absolutely were. Especially with Malthiel continuously coming back, and you had to fight him again. You're just like, the Protector is almost a liability at late game, and then you can't actually kill their offlaner.
Yeah. Well, also, Malthiel put their stupid last rights on me in the last team fight. Wouldn't even let me be with my team for the core push. Rude. Freaking rude.
Moving on to Towers of Doom. That one was one that you seem to have a very, very, very direct strategy for. I was a bit interested in why did you go for the Anubrak as aggressively as you did? Because it was very, very interesting that like the healers waited until the very end of not the game 2 draft, but the game 1, and then in game 2 you still prioritized the Anubrak before a healer, I think.
Isn't like Anubrak like the best tank in the game after after Johanna?
I am the best tank in the game. Thank you for noticing.
That's actually why Jinxie has opened the game, because she just unbalances it. Blizzard had to come by and be like, guys, I'm sorry, latest balance patch, Jinxie has been removed from the game.
I mean, just take a look at game 1. They had a Nubrak, and they're able to help delete somebody immediately, even though we had like a billion stuns, and they were still able to lock somebody down forever. So that's why we were like, well, we have a chance at a Nubrak, we're going to take it.
Also, Snag only knows one direction, and it's in.
It's true. Let's go deeper. We can go deeper.
I forget who it is, but there was a Roman general that was like, his tagline was, if I charge, follow me. If I retreat, kill me.
Oh yeah, that was the general Snaganopoulos.
Yeah.
I don't know if you knew that.
Serving under Emperor Fabulous. There should be an Emperor Fabulous.
Not matter.
Fabulosa.
Oh no.
Oh no. That's thick Daddius.
That's true.
And then I'm trying to remember. That's the in game number 2. It was very, very interesting because you guys kind of just like the game was very, very even with both of you guys having a pretty good engage on the other one. Offlaners got caught out a little bit, and then all of a sudden, just there was an absolute bloodbath bottom, and then you just ran the map. Can you just tell me the boring interview question for casters? What were comms like at that moment?
Get all the things.
Absolutely silent. Grabs a drag, and then they kill them. Like that's all there is to it. If only he played Deathwing.
It's true. It's true.
Or maybe he could stun him silently. I don't know.
The only way we know Ulysses gets a tongue is because one of us says, "Good tongue, Ulysses. Good job, buddy." But luckily, we pay attention.
Well, that's what you need. That's what I expect my team to do. I got it in 2. Don't you have eyes?
Yeah. But I think when that sequence happened, we did pretty much start just calling out like literally everything on the map that we could take because we had the Lucio to kind of get around a little bit. Chugga.
Definitely makes sense. So I actually have 2 follow-up questions that have nothing to do with the games. Number 1.
The best kind.
So who picks your name every single season? Because you always change it.
We have a team name generator in the beatbox, and we just we spin the wheel of morality, and then it'll tell us what name to go with for the season.
And can you tell me where BeatGen Blame Gibbs comes from? I always ask people to explain their names.
Well, there's a fine lad named McGiblets, and it's his fault if we lose.
Whose fault is it when you win?
Oh, whose fault is it if we win? It's definitely Snag's fault if we win.
We would have won a lot more, but Gibbs was like, let's go hard. Let's try to be Division A. Let's try hard this season. I was like, well, y'all do that. Like, I'm not doing that because that's too much effort to put in the game for me. And he goes, yeah, let's do it, everybody. Let's work real hard. So everyone boosted out of their minds to get into Division A. And then right when NGS happens, the Giblet said, nah, fuck off, mate. I'm going to Storm Division, eat ass. And then he left us, and now we're trash.
Well,
and that's why
the
we're
real
blamed.
truth.
You're very non-stinky trash based on the game I just saw.
Oh, I'm trash. They're not. They're pretty good at the game.
I still died once. I almost made it out of that flame breath, though. I was so close.
That is very true. You died by tickling, not by roasting.
That's true. I still feel like I was roasted, though. I saw you, Ektar, in chat. I saw you.
So those are my questions. Let me go and turn it over to you guys for the shout-outs.
You go first, Panda.
I don't know anything about this game. Like, everything I've said, I'm pulling out of my behind.
Wait, that should mean you're a caster?
Shout out to Nikki G. Subscribe to Nikki G on YouTube for always making our logos for the last... I mean, she made last season's. I don't know if she actually made this one, but still, subscribe to her because she's a cool lady. Shout out to the team for never making me play. Shout out to Clouded Minds because they're a bunch of really nice, fun people, and we always enjoy getting to chat with them. Winehouse.
Yeah. Sign out to the Beatbox. They're always there in chat for us, even though, we disappoint them routinely. What else? I guess we shout out the caster too. Thanks for casting us, Raka.
Yeah, thank you.
I keep... This is one of the weird things. I keep trying to cast you, and almost every single week, for whatever reason, I get contacted by Wedge, and they're like, hey, can you please cast this Storm Div game no one picked up? And finally this week I was like, no! I have had to drop BG twice already on casting them.
We appreciate you casting us over those trashy Storm Division players like McGiblets.
Stupid tryhards.
He tried the hardest.
When will I make a play, though? I mean, come on. It's been how many weeks of Storm Division?
That was great. That was great. We were trolling Gibbs in this game tonight. It was good times.
All right. Well, once again, congratulations. Very, very, very well played set. I'll let you guys go ahead and go and enjoy the after party. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. That doesn't actually prevent anything.
Well, thank you again. Have a good evening.
Yeah, thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you, thank you. So, before we go anywhere, let me first of all get out of the call so someone doesn't wander in here and start talking to me. We did have a redemption during that game, which was to do a one-card tarot reading in order to find out when last Malkier is going to die. Tarot isn't great at answering that question, but I will do my absolute best. So first of all, big box of tarot. And Ektar, Dax actually redeemed to see my boots, and I wasn't wearing boots last one, so I told them that I would change into them and put my boots on. All right. So we're going to be using this, the black deck, because we ask a very morbid question. Malkier, are you still here, by the way, or do I need to clip this later? Oh, good lord! And one card tarot readers are hard, but okay, I'll do 2 of them. No problem. Let me go ahead and jump over there, actually. And this is my last reading, so go ahead and get out of here, Tarot. So, Ektar, I will get to yours in just a second. First, I need Malkir. That one can stay. So, what did I just do with the black? So, first of all, Malkir, I do have to ask, do you know anything about the tarot? Or is this all confusion to you? Also, this deck is at some... There we go. Because I do, while I shuffle the cards, I will tell you about the tarot if you don't already know about it. This is the first time I've used the black deck, so it's a little bit, like, not easy to shuffle. Oh, that's right, that we still have a delay. I can't actually change that without restarting the stream. I'm not going to do that. Whenever people watch this on YouTube, they need to get the tarot as well. Well, that's definitely related. So, a little bit about the tarot while I go ahead and get these cards shuffled and moved around. The tarot are divided into 22 major arcana and also 4 suits. Each of the suits have 14 cards. So, a little bit of basic math will tell you 14 times 4 is numbers. 28, 56, plus 22 is 78. So about a little less than 1/3 of the cards are major arcana. So on a normal spread, normal spreads of tarot are about 10 cards. Then anywhere where the major arcana show up is considered a more like an area to pay more attention to. But all the cards have meaning. Alright, that is somewhat shuffled. You picked 69 cards, so let's go ahead and find them real quick. This is the exciting part where I get to count for a while. 13. 20. 30. 40. Sorry about this. Other than that, really sorry. You're the one that picked 69. 60. 'Not when you stay like upright anymore. All right. 69th card. You got the, at least in the black deck, you got the 8 of skulls, although that actually relates to the 8 of pentacles. So let me go ahead and grab that real quick so you can see the actual card as well. Oh, it's fine. I asked that very, very, very intentionally. So the 8 of Pentacles. And, okay, so the 8 of Pentacles. So, actually, I guess I can go ahead and make it a little bit bigger, although this is kind of set very specifically for bigger readings. So the 8 of Pentacles kind of shows a person laboring over 8 coins, or 8 skulls in the case of the black deck, carefully etching out a pentacle into each of the different faces. He's very, very, very diligent. He has a long job to do, but he's nearing the completion of it. He creates each coin. His skill becomes more and more. What this says is that, first of all, you ask, when you will die. Like I said, tarot isn't great at answering that, but it could mean that, I don't know how old you are, but some number of 8 from here's. What's more impressive about this, or what's more important, is that the 8 of Pentacles has to do with a, religious, or not religious, but residual labor. The ability to go ahead and forge out your path. What that says is that you've got a long life ahead of you. You're going to be kind of built into your routine for a while. That may not mean that you've got a super, super exciting life going on. Like, he does a lot for a long time, but it does mean that you're definitely not destined for an early end. And since the question was specifically about how long you are going to live, this says, yeah, a while. Definitely have a lot of activities ahead of you in the path of your life. Now, Ektar, you have also asked for a tarot reading. You want to know why the other terrible team did not want Malkier? I can already tell you because they're jerks. But, go ahead and pick a number between 1 and 100 and mentally flip a coin and tell me if it comes up heads or tails. Oh, and thank you very much for follow, Peach. Although at the same time, Peach, how have you not followed me already? What the heck? All right, 28 and 28 tails. There we go. Give it one more quick shuffle. Granted, shuffling doesn't make a huge bit of difference because you're already picking a number, more or less at random. Also, my general statement about the tarot, just in case anyone wants to know, the tarot is fun. The tarot is interesting. I find it a lot of fun, or I wouldn't actually give it as a redemption. Don't make major life decisions based on what it says. There's not a mystic power guiding the cards, but that said, I do think there's value in it. So, for those that don't know about me, I work in regulatory affairs. For a pharmaceutical company, which means that in a pandemic, I work a lot, but one of my main jobs is when something very, very, very significant goes wrong, I'm tasked with doing root cause analysis. Root cause analysis is basically just, okay, don't just look at the situation and be like, yeah, Frank's an idiot, we're going to fire Frank. Look at what actually went wrong, what caused Frank to be an idiot. Is there a problem with our equipment? Is there a problem with our training? Is there a problem with, our hiring practices? Look at everything in terms of what could be in order to find out what really caused this problem and fix that. Don't go off of a surface level analysis. Go into a little bit of a deeper dive. To do this, there's a lot of techniques that I'm trained in, such as the 5 whys techniques, flow charting, the bonefish diagrams, etc. But basically every single one of them does the same thing. It says, yo, go ahead and just take the problem and break it into its components parts. Look at all of the different sections of the building. Look at all the different areas a problem could arise from. And from that, move forward. Like, don't just glance at the situation and come to a quick decision. Really, really, really examine everything. And what the tarot does is it kind of does that too. In a traditional reading, the tarot very much says, okay, the first card is the problem, the second card is the conflict, the third card is your subconscious mind, the fourth card are your surface level thoughts, etc. So it does very much force you to actually go through and look at things separately. And here we go, 28, fantastic. And you said tails. Oh, my lighting here is terrible. So the cards you got in the black deck is the 7 of Wands. Also, I'll just tell you that the black deck is just purely memery. I've got like 6 decks. The deck doesn't actually matter. So let's look at the 7 of Wands right quick. All right. I don't know why I shrunk it. I need to not do that. Let me go ahead and get it a bit bigger right quick. This, by the way, is the most traditional tarot in terms of, like, why the pictures look different. I wasn't going to try and scan all of these in. It's a little bit ridiculous. So, the 7th of Wands shows that there's a guy on a hill armed with a wand, fighting off 6 more wands drawing up from below. So it really kind of represents a struggle, sort of like a feeling of things coming up at you, things coming at you fast, and you're just trying to sort of like defend your area. The fact that they didn't want Malkier tells me that the caster they had, actually I do think the caster they had may have been a very, very recent sign up. They may have been like, yo, I'm your friend, I want to cast your game, but they kind of slacked off. They didn't actually have them sign up until very, very recently, and so they signed up and then they're like, ah, crap, like this is our person. We had this item set up for a long time, but we slacked off. We didn't actually go ahead and try and make sure this was done. And instead of doing it equitably, they saw another caster as a threat. So they were like, we have to defend our territory. We have to go ahead and like shove them off. We have to not let them into our little circle. Honestly, what could have been done is, actually, let me go ahead and look a little bit closer. Oh, interesting. So I know like the general idea of most of the tarot cards, but sometimes I will go ahead and pull up a actual site to remind myself of the specifics. And yeah, this is specifically about being challenged by others. So they do definitely see you as a challenge. Basically, they've got a friend. Their friend wants to cast them. Their friend wants to try casting, and they're actually legitimately afraid that if Malkier took the cast, and their friend was just like, "Oh, it's okay. I'll just watch that cast, and then like cast you again next week. It's fine." They'd watch the cast, and they'd be like, "Malkier is going to like wreck their whole self-esteem." They'll be like, "I can't do that. This guy's amazing." So they're like, "Can you just like f off?" We want our friend to want to cast us, and we're really afraid if you cast, they won't want to. So that is why they chose not to have Malkia cast them. Definitively. That is what the cards show. No one can argue. So with that done, I'm almost positive I'm the last NGS caster. Though these are fun. I love them, so thank you. Let's go ahead and see who I can get you guys over to. Oh, well, no one is casting HOTS that I follow. So, you know what? I'm going to be a big ol', I'm going to basically take advantage of the fact that you guys are here and raid over to someone who doesn't raid a whole bunch and just confuse the heck out of them. Thank you for sticking with me, by the way. And I will see you guys in just a little bit. Or more likely a couple days. You know, I'm busy.